Question 8. John recently did a class test in each of the 3 subjects. The class scores on each test were normally distributed. The table shows the subjects and John's scores, as well as the mean and standard deviation of the class scores on each test. You can see the table there, have a quick read of that. So relative to the rest of the class, which row of the table below shows John's strongest subject and his weakest subject? So this is a case of Z-scores. So how do we know it's Z-scores? Well, we're told that it's normally distributed. As soon as you see that, you know it's going to involve something to do with the bell curve normal distribution, Z-scores, all that sort of comes into it. Okay, so the higher the Z-score, the further along, or the higher, maybe think of it in terms of rank or strength, the subject would be for John. All right, so let's work out each one of these. So the Z-score formula, and this will be on your formula sheet, but I'm just going to write it here. So Z is equal to X, so the score, minus the mean, okay, over the standard deviation. All right, so using that, let's work out the Z-score for each one of these subjects. Okay, so the first one, French, so that's 82. Okay, so using the Z-score formula, minus the mean, so 70 over the standard deviation of 8, and we get a Z-score of 1.5. So Z equals positive 1.5. So I like to put the plus sign there, so I know clearly it's a positive Z-score. Yeah. Now, commerce, okay, so let's do the same thing. Okay. Yep. All right, so John's score 80 minus the mean over 5, and we get a Z-score of positive 3. In fact, positive 3 is fantastic. That's a great Z-score. that's well ahead. All right, and music, 74, mean of 50, standard deviation of 12. Okay, so relative to the mean, okay, and might just 74 minus 50 over standard deviation of 12, and this is a Z-score of 2. Positive 2. So looking at these Z-scores, the lowest Z-score, even though it's a positive Z-score, it's above 0, we're talking relative. So we're talking compared to each other. French is the weakest subject. Okay, so it's either going to be this one or this one here. So it can't be B and it can't be D. Okay, so out of A and C, the strongest subject is commerce. So it's going to be option